We're live.
We are.
Woohoo! All
Live.
right, how you guys doing,
Time to
everyone?
go. Bye. Leaving. I'm leaving. Bye.
It is now time for our prediction show.
I actually want to, switch it up. Let's hear you lead. Let's hear it. Go for it. Switch it.
All right, so SummerSlam, right?
Yeah.
Probably the best pay-per-view we have, or at least the best chance of the pay-per-view outdo WrestleMania, right? We got a stacked card, a lot of good matches. AJ Styles versus John Cena, Brock Lesnar versus the Viper, Randy Orton, the most anticipated match that I've been waiting for. We got a few good matches. Yeah, we got the show-off, Dolph Ziggler versus Dean Ambrose. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that's a main event waiting to happen.
Yeah.
All right, so let's dive down into it. All show tunes and, messing around aside and me getting my, awesome nerd feelings out there, which is not so awesome. I'm just pretending it is, but whatever. All right, let's get down to the bottom line here. So, our kickoff matches.
I don't. Looking at these kickoff matches, I'm looking at them right now. You can totally tell they're like, man, we really need to throw something together here.
Mm-hmm.
Really do.
Yeah. So we got the Dudley Boys and
Sami Zayn versus Neville.
Sami Zayn. Yeah.
Neville.
Like that's a no-brainer. Sami Zayn versus Neville is gonna go over on the Dudley Boys. There's no question about that.
Yeah, and then the other one is the Usos, American Alpha, and Hype Bros versus Breezango, the Ascension, and Vaudevillains. So it's just kind of like, whoa.
Yeah, and American Alpha is just gonna dominate. Yeah,
they need to. I agree.
Jason Jordan's gonna go Incredible Hulk and pretty much dominate everybody.
Yeah, that's Jason Jordan, and then as I think if I just saw on Twitter right now, they're going to be having the best of 7 starting with Sheamus and Cesaro, which I'm super excited for. Not really, but
I honestly think that has the potential to be a good set of matches.
It does. If for people that are for Cesaro and Sheamus, if they're backstage and they're like, I think we deserve more time. I think I'm good enough to do this, and this. You could, if it's me, you could tell that Vince is like, all right, you think you can do it? Best of 7.
Right, and that's the thing. I think that's what this is all about. Going over there and showing that they can put up a match on their own and go like a full 30 minutes and actually sell their feud. And if they sell their feud, they have so much potential, especially Cesaro. I think this is a big test for Cesaro because Cesaro for how many years has been the guy that's been kind of denied that chance at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. For now, it's for him. It's going to be the Universal Championship. So it's like a good, nice long feud with Sheamus and him coming out on top would be really good for him getting into that title picture and showing Vince that he's the type of guy who can stay there and perform.
Yeah, 100%. I think Cesaro deserves to be in the main spot. He's shown it. I mean, he even gave his frustrations out during a pre-show in the last pay-per-view. Money in the Bank, right? Was it Money in the Bank? Last one?
I think it was Money in the Bank, yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was
it was during the pre-show, yeah.
Battleground.
Battleground. Yeah, because he was complaining about how people kept getting involved in his match, like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And he also went on record saying how he was kind of upset with him being drafted to Raw, that he thought he should have been on the wrestling show, which is SmackDown.
Yeah, and I mean, he'll have a United States Championship opportunity after SummerSlam. Thank the Lord. But,
well, I mean, one would hope, right?
Well, the matches he's had with Sheamus, that's what this has been about. If he wins, he gets this chance. But you could tell they're like, okay, we really need to put Cesaro in the show. We can't have him in the pre-show again. Can't have that happen again.
Well, I mean, that's what's been going on, and that's the problem. Cesaro has been overlooked and kind of wrongly put into that bottom card status for so long, and time and time again he's shown up and shows that he can perform. And honestly, if you give him a chance to run with the title, the fans will eat him alive in a good way. I mean, they'll be cheering. You won't have any issues like you would with somebody like Roman Reigns. Like And that's the thing that kind of bewilders me about the business, because at the end of the day, it's not the writers that make the deals. It's Vince. Vince has the final say in everything that goes on there, and it's not just creative and it's not just Vince. It's behind Roman Reigns. It's the idea that they want to keep pushing him, and like now they kind of had this idea. Well, Roman Reigns has fell from grace. Let's kind of take him out of that spotlight. Well, now guys like Cesaro actually have a chance. And I think that's what we're going to see from this feud here is okay, wait, like you said, you guys think you can do it? Prove me wrong.
Yeah, and I agree. I really do hope that Cesaro has a strong showing like he has had in the past pay-per-views and how he has on TV tapings. So there's, Sheamus, I gave up on him years ago. I gave up on him even more with his little feud with Roman Reigns earlier in the year. So I don't think Sheamus needs to be in the main title picture. He needs to be at a mid-carder where he's at right now and stay there.
Honestly, they would have been fine with the Roman Reigns and Sheamus feud. The problem is they made Sheamus look like a weak heel. And if you remember right, like back in the day, he was a strong heel. Like when he was facing John Cena for the WWE Championship, he was one of those guys that came in, hit hard, and dominated. Now this heel that you got here is sort of like the Miz, where he came in, he had his boys backing him up, and all it did was make him look weak. Oh, 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Well, you got all your friends backing you up. How are you going to be that dominant champion that you claim to be? So it's like you see the two different personas. Like one of them worked really well for Sheamus, and the one that they had him, kind of go to this time really tanked, and that's sort of where he is now, and that's why guys like you have given up on him.
Right. Yeah. I'm kind of like with this whole 4 best of 7 thing. I hope it's a 4-0 sweep. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it won't be. I guarantee it's going to go to the last match. Guaranteed.
Probably.
But
so if it were you, who you go with, Cesaro or Sheamus for the first round?
I think you would have to go with Cesaro first round.
I agree. Yeah, definitely Cesaro. If it's Sheamus, it's probably going to be something dirty. The referee gets knocked out, hits him in a steel chair or something like that. Something to kind of propel this feud in there and say, hey, listen, you didn't beat me fair and square, so we got to keep going.
Well, I'm just gonna go on the line of what I think is like importance wise. First, one of the things I look on, with the card, it's a large card. One of the things I see, and the next thing I guess we could really talk about is Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and To Be Determined versus Carmella, Naomi, and Becky Lynch. That's just, I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, as far as we know, it's a handicap matchup as of right now. I'm sure they have that spot filled, and they're just not letting us know who it is yet.
Well, that's on the card. It says To Be Determined. I really do hope. I would say put Summer Rae there, but I really do hope they don't waste it and make it who could I like Bailey? I hope they're not. Well, we really need this spot, Bailey. So I hope they put Summer Rae there.
Yeah, I doubt they would put somebody like Bailey in there. Bailey being a face and all.
Yeah, but it's the WWE.
No, it is the WWE. You never know. But I now they had the To Be Determined spot. Before it just said 3-on-2. So just, I mean, who's going to be our partner other than somebody like Summer Rae?
Yeah, I don't know. The only person I can think of is Summer Rae.
Tamina's not back, is she?
No, I think she's still with an injury.
Yeah, so it has
Paige
to be
is out of
Rae.
the picture because she's suspended. So
Eva Marie too.
Well, Eva Marie, that was her spot.
Right. Well, yeah, she's out with her suspension.
Yeah. I mean, trying to really think on who they could put there.
I mean, it should be somebody from SmackDown. Like, is Summer Rae on Raw?
I don't know. Did she even get drafted?
I don't even think she got drafted. How did I come to think about it? Like, I think she might be a Heath Slater type deal. and then nobody's like paid attention to it because it's
Could
Summer
do
Rae.
Alicia Fox.
It wasn't she a face recently?
It doesn't matter if the way I look at it is if I'm Alicia Fox and that spot's given to me, I'm getting TV time.
Oh yeah. All right, so who's gonna win that match, regardless of who the tag team partner is?
Faces Carmella, Naomi, and Becky Lynch will win that easily.
I mean, I maybe it's because I'm a fan of Alexa Bliss. I kind of want Alexa Bliss to win her first
I
pay-per-view.
do too, but kind of like what makes sense, what doesn't make sense. Another match I'm looking at that's just kind of like nothing is Enzo and Cass versus Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. That's
Well, I
another
mean,
one
you
that's
could
like,
say that again. You know how I feel about that match, but I mean, like you said, and you got a good point. You got to put Kevin Owens on the card somehow. So this is just a throwaway match for him until they have something better for him, hopefully next month. But I don't see Enzo Amore and Big Cass losing this match.
No,
I feel like they need to win more than Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens do.
how much of a slap in the face is it, in all honesty, to have it where Kevin Owens, who really, really held the mid card together with him holding the IC belt, him having these feuds with Sami Zayn, to be in a feud like this, not even be in the title picture, and then be in a big storyline?
No, I mean, it's got to be really frustrating because Kevin Owens, man, he's been the guy. In my opinion, he's one of your best heels in the company, if not the best heel in the company right now. I mean, he's up there, and just to be kind of put down on a level where he's kind of being put in this match where he's gonna lose, just is frustrating to me as a fan because Kevin Owens should be in the title picture.
I agree. Sorry, had to yawn there. I and that's like so super like unprofessional to do that too. I I think Kevin Owens is one of the best heels. Like on the main roster, yes. I think I would on if as crazy as it sounds, I would say my top 3 heels right now is for Monday Night Raw being would be 100% Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Chris Jericho. I think Chris Jericho does outstanding at what heel persona or heel character he's pushing, and that being the annoying heel.
Right.
He does
Well, Chris Jericho
great.
has made a career off being the annoying heel. Like there's nothing that man can't do, and like a lot of people have been getting lately saying, "Oh well, he's annoying. Oh, he's really stupid. Why is he here? He's only a part timer." Whenever you put somebody like Chris Jericho into the picture, it's entertainment.
Yep.
Like Chris Jericho will sell seats. That's the reason why he's here, and he's there to help the talent get over. I mean, it's something like you heard Big Show say a while back. There's a lot of people telling him, "You should retire. You should retire," and he kind of set everybody aside and said, "Hey, listen. There's a reason why I only win one match every like 6 months or so, and it's because he's there to put them over. Chris Jericho is there to sell seats and put them over, and Chris Jericho does an excellent job at that. So, as long as we're hearing Chris Jericho, and I don't think he's going to be around for much longer, or at least for this tour. I mean, I think you guys should embrace it.
I embraced it whenever he was in the mid 2000s, when he was in his prime. That's when I embraced it. I'm kind of like now.
The first undisputed champion, the only person to beat The Rock and Stone Cold in the same night. Oh man, that got under my skin so bad.
Yeah, man. Honestly, Enzo and Cass will win that. They're in their own backyard in Brooklyn, which I still think they should have been going for the tag team titles, but that's just me. I guess I'm crazy as it sounds. For some reason, I'm not uncreative.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I guess they figured, well, it would be a failure to kind of put the New Day up against Enzo and Cass as is. But honestly, I mean, if you're asking me, I feel like you've been preaching to the choir for months now about how it's too late for Gallows Anderson to have those titles, and I honestly think they're welcome with the title.
They should have. I mean, if they should have won them in the fatal four-way. Fatal four-way.
Absolutely.
Vaudevillains, Enzo and Cass, New Day. That's when they should have won.
Absolutely, and I mean, they could have set up something between them and Enzo and Cass, where Enzo and Cass could have won the titles at SummerSlam if they had won it at the Fatal 4-Way.
Absolutely, I agree. The Fatal 4-Way is perfect, and I honestly thought, other than one botch, I thought Anderson and Gallows wrestled really well. And I've been saying it for a while that the New Day holding the titles I wouldn't say totally hurting the division, but it is not helping the division with them not. They don't defend the belts every pay-per-view. Last pay-per-view we saw the Wyatt family versus the New Day, nothing on the line. And in the tag team belts, if you have a belt, I think you should defend the belt every pay-per-view, if you want my opinion.
Absolutely. Other than that, the belt looks weak.
Now, with like the WWE Championship, I understand that we can't have a defense at Fastlane. And like I said, that's going to be a pay-per-view where I can guarantee we'll have the women main event that. Mark my words right now. Next Fastlane, I can see the women possibly main eventing that for that women's championship.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely think that the women deserve to have their own main event in the main roster, and it's something that has been going around for a while now. Sasha Banks has said on many occasions that she thinks that, in some point in the future, she actually sees WrestleMania being headlined by the women's division, which I think is crazy, but crazy in the wrong way. Crazy is in you look at how far the superstar division has come over these years, and you see how awesome they have performed and how they've outdone the men for so long, and you kind of look in the back of your mind and say, why is it taking this long for the idea of them to main event a main pay-per-view to take so long? I
don't think that they're along the lines of main eventing a WrestleMania for a very, very, very long time. I think, as of right now, I think once Bayley gets called up, which is obviously going to be very soon, I think that there's the possibility of a main event of a pay-per-view that's not like a major of the big four pay-per-views. I think that's possible. We could see Raw having a pay-per-view, and having a women main event. I think it's very possible. But when it comes, I still don't understand why Trish and Lita are still the only females to main event a Raw.
Yeah, that's kind of bizarre to me, considering all the talent that they have on the roster right now.
Yeah, if you wanted my opinion, even though I get it, it was a fatal 4-way to be in the Universal Championship match, I don't like that Charlotte versus Sasha Banks was the co-main event. I think it's still a step up, though, because they're co-main eventing. NXT Women's Championship is consistently co-main eventing.
Right.
But I don't know. I still think it's kind of bizarre that Trish and Lita are really the only ones to have a match in the main event, not a contract signing.
But I mean, honestly, you look at the female wrestlers that have really been there. Trish and Lita were they were the superstars of their time. They were so good together, and chemistry was so good together. I honestly haven't seen any chemistry like that until Bayley and Sasha and Sasha and Charlotte. And of course, you look at who I keep recommending here, and Sasha is always in that discussion. It's always Sasha and somebody. So I mean, it really goes to show you, how good somebody like Sasha Banks is, that she could put on such a excellent show no matter who she's partnered with.
Well, here's the main question. Since we're on this discussion, who wins the women's match tonight, Sasha Banks or Charlotte?
I want to say Sasha Banks. I want to say Sasha Banks is going to look strong in this. I feel like they're going to put Sasha Banks in the title picture for a while. I feel as if they might be working towards a possible Bayley versus Sasha for WrestleMania. I hope that's what they do. And that's all just judging off of TakeOver spoilers if you didn't see it. Bayley, obviously losing to Asuka. So I honestly feel like that was her last rodeo in NXT, especially the way that they had her send off in Brooklyn. So I really think that Sasha's going to walk away with the title win. It's going to be clean, and it's going to be Bayley versus Sasha come WrestleMania.
Charlotte's going to win it.
You think Charlotte's going to win it?
I have a really strong feeling that Charlotte will win tonight. She's going to regain.
Stinky suspicion.
I really have that feeling. Tonight's going to be all about surprises, and I think we're going to get hit with surprises, and I think this will be one of them.
Well, I mean, let's really look at this. Honestly, would it be that bad if Charlotte were to regain her title?
Part of me wants to say yes because Sasha really hasn't held the belt. But there's also that, on the same side, there's that part of me that's, I don't want Sasha to lose because I want Bayley and Sasha now. But I understand that's something they have to save for WrestleMania. And I would rather see that at WrestleMania. So, yes and no. That's really going to be my answers, yes and no.
I mean, honestly, I want Sasha to win. I love Sasha. She's my favorite, women's wrestler, next being Alexa Bliss. So it's kind of like, for me, I'm rooting for my girls to win. So, and at the same time, looking at it from a writing perspective, it would be okay if Charlotte were to win. I honestly feel like if Charlotte does win, she needs to kick Dana Brooke to the curb and have a strong heel persona. I feel like that's the only thing that goes against Charlotte and what her title reign was, having Dana Brooke and having Ric Flair at her side. With that being said, I honestly feel like she could have her time to shine after Sasha versus Bayley at WrestleMania and get her title back. That would be no issue. I honestly feel like you gave Sasha the title. She won off of a Monday Night Raw, not a pay-per-view, Monday Night Raw, and she hasn't had the title for that long. I feel like it would be kind of...
Or 3
it
weeks.
hasn't even been a month at all. So it's kind of like, I honestly don't feel like they should take that away from her that early. I feel like they should let her run with it more. So I'm hoping, that Sasha comes away with it. Not only do I want her to win, I'm hoping that they do it because I feel like that's really what's best for business. I feel like the fans are happy, with Sasha as champion because, let's face it, if Sasha doesn't win the championship, she's probably out of the title picture for the next 2 months because Charlotte's probably not going to lose the title after that for a little bit again. So, the crowd is always chanting, "We want Sasha, we want Sasha." And that's why Sasha, came in and won the title as early as she did because they can't ignore that for her anymore. They held her off as long as she can and she won it. So keep her going with the title. And she has proven that she can turn heel if need be. And she could be ready to go by WrestleMania to turn heel. She could run rush out through the women's division. I'm the boss. Nobody can beat me. Bam. In comes Bayley for WrestleMania season. Well, I beat you. I beat you for the NXT women's title. I could beat you for the women's title here in WWE. That's the way I would do it.
It's a prediction I want to get, but I'm like I said, I'm going with surprises. And
don't feel bad because I told you, my record's probably going to be crappy. I got lucky with Brooklyn. I was positive for Brooklyn. I'm going to be crappy with this. I'm going in the negative. I'm already predicting it.
Now, we didn't predict this when we talked about it. We didn't get the prediction. I think Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson will take the tag team championships. I hope they do. What do you think?
I honestly feel like it's a necessity at this point. They have waited way too long to give the club the titles. They should have been champions a few months ago. So, I'm saying by writing perspective, they took out Big E. Big E is out of the picture. I feel like this is the best chance the club has of walking away with the titles. And the New Day is going to challenge for the titles next month, too.
Yeah, so here we go. This is going to be our final match. It's not a championship match. And, we have 2 more, but the other one is, where they're promoting a UFC fight. So, John Cena, AJ Styles, 2 or 3. We know the story. There's no need to really get into it. We know what's at stake here. Who wins it? Give me your prediction right now, and then I'll give you mine, and I'll tell you what's going to happen.
John Cena will win and propel this to another feud where it's going to be winner takes all. Because they had the tag team match, which John Cena technically won, but he didn't win his singles match. AJ Styles has said it. you haven't beaten me one-on-one. I'm going to do what I do best, which is beat up John Cena. John Cena says you have to try me, you have to go through me. I think John Cena is going to pin him 1, 2, 3, and next pay-per-view is going to be AJ Styles versus John Cena singles match part 3.
John Cena will lose to AJ Styles because of The Undertaker.
I love it. I love it because they wanted to do John Cena versus Undertaker.
It will set up. I don't know how and what Undertaker will do, but it's going to set up for Mania.
That'll be so weird, though, because Undertaker has been a face for so darn long.
Mark my words, tonight Undertaker will interfere some way to distract John Cena. And that will do it.
Oh, man, you serious?
Dead serious.
Oh, man. I'm probably going to get this one wrong now that I think about it. Oh, man.
No, I'm going to try to go...
That is a big call. That is a big call, man.
I'm going to try to go in from what I think is more important. The Miz versus Apollo Crews.
Oh, come on, man. Are you kidding me?
Who wins?
Apollo Creed.
Apollo Creed? I mean, Crews? What?
I hope Apollo Crews wins. I feel like it's time for him to see what he has as a champion. The Miz has held the title for a while now. The Miz wouldn't be hurt by losing the title. And The Miz has kind of been keeping that belt warm until after the draft where everything was kind of like settled. So I feel like they're going to go with Apollo Crews, and Apollo Crews is going to win.
The Miz.
You think of The Miz, man. I'm going to be wrong. I'm telling you, I'm going to be in the negatives.
It's going to be The Miz. I think he will win this one. He honestly, he's been on fire with the belt. Other than Randy Orton pinning him in 5 minutes, it's...
Well, I mean, he has been getting slapped around like a chew toy. I honestly feel like Miz needs to win strong, but I don't know, man. I kind of feel like Apollo Crews is going to win, but I mean, you might be right.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it.
We only have 4 more matches to talk about. United States Championship, Rusev versus Roman Reigns.
This is the hardest one to pick, I honestly think, out of the group. I honestly, man, I never go for Rusev. Actually, no, I did. I think I did last pay-per-view. I went for Rusev. I honestly think Rusev has been doing very well when it comes to his storyline, his character. He's kind of like the Rusev of old, but he's facing Superman, and you can never count out Superman. And I think you said a few months back, it was always better to go for Superman because you can never go wrong. That's a safe pick. But man, how awesome would it be if Rusev were to shut up Roman Reigns? Yeah, I've just been thinking about that. Like, I really feel like Rusev needs to go strong over Roman Reigns, but I have a feeling that Roman Reigns is going to win.
It would be awesome, but I honestly think Rusev will win tonight. Call me crazy.
You think Rusev is going to win tonight?
Yes.
I think Rusev is going to win tonight too, but I have a stinky feeling, and it's only because of, this is Superman we're talking about. Man, this is Vince's Golden Boy, the redemption story. I mean, do you really think that Roman Reigns is going to lose this match? Because I either think that Apollo Crews is going to win or Roman Reigns is going to win. It's not going to be one or the other. It's not going to be both of them. I don't think you're going to have both champions retain.
Yeah, I still think that he will. I think Rusev will win it because it's going to make him look stronger and he can dominate the U.S. title for a while.
Alright, so we got 2 votes for Rusev. Alright.
Yeah,
so,
trying to think which...
WWE Championship.
Really? You wanting to do that one? Okay, well, Ambrose and Ziggler.
Ambrose and Ziggler.
I mean, so I'll just tell you mine because I know you're going to have a lot to say on it because of Ziggler. I think Ambrose will win it. I don't think they're going to give it to Ziggler. I think this is more of a proving ground for Ziggler. I'm going to go safe. They're not going to give it to him because we're not going to see something crazy happen in that sense of giving Ziggler the belt when in reality it's been, I wouldn't say handed to him, but out of nowhere it's given.
Mm. Yeah, see, like, that's the thing, though. Like, I think you said, like, he's going to have a proving ground, and I feel like there's no way for him to prove his ground more than winning the championship, even if it's just for a month, holding the title for somebody else.
I don't
And
know.
see, that's the thing with me. I think the Dean Ambrose is going to win. Let's face it. I mean, if you want to have the safe pick, I would pick Dean Ambrose. But, like, there's a little hint in the back of my mind where they said, okay, well, let's let Dolph Ziggler have his little moment for like a month or so, because they've done it before. They said, okay, we'll give him the title for like a month, and then we'll take it away from him, because that's what they do to Dolph Ziggler. They rise him up just to knock him down. So I mean, it's hard for me to say that Dolph Ziggler is going to walk away with the victory. You know,
Right. I agree. We're going on 30 minutes now, so you say Ambrose or do you say Ziggler?
my heart says Ziggler because I'm a Ziggler fan. My smart mind says it's going to be Dean Ambrose.
So you're going with Ambrose?
hmm
All right,
And if it's Ziggler, I'll be happy. So I'll be happy there.
Universal Championship. Finn Balor wins tonight.
I want to say Finn Balor. I feel like they've built Finn Balor up. I think Finn Balor would be excellent as champion. I think that it's going to be like a Shinsuke Nakamura thing, where they kind of make the call and say, "Hey, what? You know, him and Rollins could have a few good feuds together. I would love to see that. I'm excited for that match. I think that match is going to be probably match of the night. Honestly, I mean, it's hard to pick between AJ Styles, John Cena, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, and Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. I honestly think Seth Rollins and Finn Balor are going to put on a clinic, and it's just from looking at the two compete over time. I think they're going to be excellent. If we see the Demon come out, it's over, man. Finn Balor wins. He like never loses as a Demon,
Except for once against
only
Mojo.
Samojo.
All right.
Yeah.
Final match of the night: Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton. Who wins it? I'll let you go first because I have a crazy one.
Alright, okay, so a funny story about that. I was looking on WWE.com, and they always have their little predictions, and they've already slated Brock Lesnar to win 2-1. I honestly think that as much as they can't punish Brock Lesnar, because he kind of could do whatever the heck he wants because of his contract, I honestly think that they're going to give it to Randy Orton. I honestly think it's going to be F5 into an RKO, and that'll be it. I think Randy Orton's going to have to RKO Brock Lesnar like 6 times before he finally pins him. But I think that Brock Lesnar will lose this match and possibly set up another match with him. I hope. Because I think this feud is going to be really good. I feel like this match is going to be excellent, possibly match of the year. So I'm going to go with the crazy pick. I'm probably going to be wrong, but I'm going to say Randy Orton. You know, go Viper.
This, as I said before, is the hardest. This is the one that I can say, if you're wanting to play safe, go with Lesnar, but I could be wrong and I would be unhappy. Here it is. Are you ready?
All right.
And I'm being 100% honest and serious when I say this. I'm not lying. And I'm not making it a joke. Randy Orton will win this match. It will not be clean, but it will be because of Goldberg.
Oh, you're kidding, man. You're kidding. There's
Setting
no
up
way Goldberg's going to be here.
33.
Dude, that match with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar was so damn anticipated, and it was such a big letdown.
Because they both were leaving the company.
Yeah, I don't know.
Brock was tired of the company. He didn't enjoy it. He didn't want it. Goldberg was done with the company. They both were unhappy, which is why you got a bad match.
Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, would I like to see it again? Absolutely. Do I think it's going to happen? I think you have a better chance of Undertaker interrupting Cena versus Styles.
Hey, man, gotta go big or go home.
I would like to see it. Honestly, if they do both of those things, SummerSlam will easily outshadow WrestleMania. I feel like the card as it is will outshine
Well,
WrestleMania.
SummerSlam goes along the lines of doing more surprises than WrestleMania. WrestleMania just finishes every storyline there. This is just...
Well, let me ask you this. I'm sorry for interrupting. Do you think that SummerSlam tonight will outdo NXT Takeover.
It has a potential to. The card, if you look at the card, it has a potential to. Will it?
It's got a lot to live up to, though.
I don't think so. I don't think it will.
Well, there you have it. We'll have to watch SummerSlam tonight and see how they did. I think that's all we really need to say there. So, I hope it does. I really hope the SummerSlam is just so off the chain crazy that we can't shut up about it.
Yeah, hopefully. And, be sure to...
The WWE needs it,
They really do. Be sure to tune in immediately following SummerSlam. We will be live. It might be just me and Andrew again. You might have Kyle. Not 100% yet, but... Andrew, is there anything you're wanting to say before I sign us off here?
Well, thanks for everybody for watching. Make sure you guys are, tuning in. If you like what you guys are hearing, hit that like button. If you hate what you're hearing, please hit that dislike button because you're still supporting us either way.
Yeah. Oh, Jordan. Hey, man. Hi. I've missed you twice. I missed you twice yesterday. Hi. So.
But we got you tonight, man. We got you tonight.
I saw it. So until later tonight, immediately following SummerSlam, we will be live with the results. So until then, for Andrew Best, I'm Blake Carter. Peace out.
Peace out, everybody.